Lockdown, lockdown. There's a shooter in the hallway. There's a shooter in the hallway. Faster.
We're seeing a rise in school violence where there's shooters that come into the schools more and more each year, and as days are progressing, we're seeing this and the need to protect ourselves and our students and our staff.
When our children are in school, they are apart from us for long periods of time. We trust our educators to not only teach our children, but to protect them when we are not physically present to do so ourselves. With school violence on the rise, communities are learning together how to better defend and survive attacks. Recent violence has clearly demonstrated that more can and should be done to save lives. Enter Alice.
ALICE is an acronym that stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. It's a program that was written to help the schools have some more options other than just to lock down in the event of an active shooter or another threatening event.
I had 25 teachers in here. The shooter came in here and just kept shooting. 25 people couldn't hit him with a tennis ball. Hit him with a tennis balls.
Prior to this training, the Ada school systems, much like many other schools, have just had a lockdown procedure that they go into in the event of an intruder or other harmful event. And this ALICE program gives them some other options other than just to wait behind a locked door and hope the threat goes away. In the event someone enters the room, it gives them some options of evacuating the area, and if as a last resort, being able to counter to protect yourself in the event that someone's trying to hurt you and cause harm to you or kill you.
Ada police officers Jason Keck and Jeremy Farmer are well versed in ALICE training and are determined to bring it to as many educators as they possibly can, because they know it can and possibly will save lives. Teachers on every grade level, as well as administrators and support staff, are being trained so that every adult will be prepared to protect the lives of all students, as well as their own lives. Trainees have been grateful for the lessons, indicative of an urgent need for this kind of potentially life-saving knowledge.
There's a shooter in the hallway! There's a shooter in the hallway! There's a shooter in the hallway!
At first, they come in there and they've heard many rumors about the type of training it is, because it's more of an active trainer than probably a lot of them are used to, where they actually get up and participate in events in the class. And a lot of them, there's some apprehension at first, and about halfway through the class, they come around and they start seeing things in a new light. And many times we've been approached after the class and told it was one of the best classes they've ever attended. And they see a need for it, and they're glad to have some more options. And I need you to aggressively go in there as if you are an active shooter in the school, okay? And your job is to shoot everybody in the room, just like an active shooter would do. Can you do that? Yeah.
ALICE training demands not only quick thinking, but also quick reflexes. Trainees aren't just there to listen and take notes. They are required to participate in full-scale scenarios that can often involve physical interaction. It's a role-playing format that demands trainees think in real-world terms, embrace themselves for any number of unnerving possibilities.
It messes you up because, like you said, as soon as it come in, I'm thinking shoot everyone here in the room, and if they're not in here, if they're hiding, then it throws you into a completely different, your plane doesn't work.
That was the evacuate. If you have a room that evacuated, there's no victims left in the room. We do some scenarios that involve an intruder trying to enter a room, and they get to use some of the tools we've introduced them to, such as barricading, along with locking a door, where in case someone defeats the lock, there's more to go through than just a simple lock. They're barricade training, and then if the intruder enters the room, they are taught some counter techniques, how to distract and stop the hit rates of a potential shooter.
Once school personnel have been trained, the lessons learned can be trickled down to those students who can understand and possibly help execute it. The idea is to create a wholly prepared and aware institution that can fully resist and even counter any and all violent attacks against it, with the end result of saving each and every human life inside. It should serve as a welcomed peace of mind for parents temporarily separated from their children during the school day.
If someone enters the building, whoever's in the building, staff, students, and all are going to be potential targets, and if they've not been aware of some of these changes, they may become a victim. In just a simple lockdown, the students are aware of that, just as they are in fire drills and tornado drills, and we're implementing active shooter or intruder type drills into the schools, and the times have dictated that this need be here. You ever heard of going postal? What kind of shooter was that? That shot what?
Other employees.
He shot up his own people he worked with. Can that happen anywhere?
Yes.
So they can be just right here in the room if that was the case. They could be. They could be from outside. The threat can be from anywhere. We want to always be prepared for any situation because we never know.
I'm gonna reload. Why are y'all not attacking me? Why are y'all not getting me to the ground?
Many of us believe that this is not ever going to happen here. We hope it never does, but to survive such a thing, preparation needs to be paramount. And as a student in Ada schools, I believe a parent could rest assured that Ada schools has done all they can do to protect their children in such an event. So just throwing something at him had a great effect. How many people less? He wasn't just walking around shooting 7 ducks, was he?